What's up, everybody? It's your boy Phil Shock of the Dynasty Hedgehog here with our FPL Week 9 team builder. If you guys are excited, leave a like, give it a rating, subscribe if you are new. Join the Phil Shocker crew today because you people are the king of the crew. And with that, let's get into the team builder and the video for you guys here today. We are in Week 9 right now. We are, I think, looking at the playoffs. It is 4 divisions, so it is top 2 out of each division that will be making it to the playoffs. But there is actually a potential chance that we can still clinch the number 2 seed. We have to win out the rest of our games, so where we'll finish with 4-6, which is the best we can. And if our opponents only win one game but lose the rest of their games, then we can clinch. However, I think if the number 2 seed wins one more game, I think they actually will win 100%. I think they're 3-4 as well at this point in time. So if they win 2 games, they clinch. If they win... Actually, well, depending on how much we win by diff, it is a possibility. But if they lose, then it's 100% out of reality. And again, if our opponents already win their 2 games, then there's no way we can clinch regardless. So we're going to keep trying to win every single game that we can possibly can to still potentially make the playoffs. And if we could somehow do that, it'd be the greatest miracle on 31st Street, even though we don't live on 31st Street. But let's get into this matchup. We are going against the Bisharps. I think it was the I don't remember their team name, so I'm sorry. But they were a Bisharps team. But their team is kind of weird. It's kind of mixed from tiny speed, mostly trick room offense, which is going to be definitely scary in this matchup here. But their team consists of Melmetal, Mega Blastoise with no Shell Smash, thank God. Aerodactyl, so we're going against Aerodactyls in back-to-back weeks. Runerigas, Goodra, Necrozma, Alolan Mug, Whimsicott, Sulk, Magmar, and Heliolisk. So, kind of looking into this matchup, I kind of see kind of a pseudo trick room fast option potentially I can see in this match, just because there's so much of my team that can actually be able to handle and kind of beat a good portion about everything on his team. So I definitely think trick room is a big bring on my opponent's end. That's gonna get some flavor because he only has like 3 fast Mons really. I mean Magmar's relatively fast, but it's not really fast. You got things like maybe Necro that can be fast, but they can be built to defensive and trick room. His trick room setup options are only 2 in Necro and in Runerigas, so definitely something to note there, which are both weak to Ghost and Dark, which Melmetal cannot resist. So definitely something to note with that. So we gotta be very careful on the positioning as well, just so that way they can't try to take advantage and use it to their advantage versus our disadvantage. But looking at the team, looking at what he's not gonna bring, I don't actually know in what order I would expect them to bring or anything like that. But Heliolisk could be a potential broad if they really want something to try to break through things. But here's the thing, it has to rely on normal stab. And we do have a Ghost type, which can come in freely against him. It's an electric type move. So, I don't know, it could be up in the air. Magmar I don't think is that good against us, but it could be something to consider into prep-wise because of the fact that we do have 2 bug types, a grass type, and that type of sense, but again, and steel and all that, so could be something to figure out. Saw could also be a potential bring, definitely a choice scarf with Stone Edge because of, Mega Pidgeot, so definitely something to being aware of that. Whimsicott's definitely something that'd be a little annoying with, so I definitely expect Whimsicott to be a bit of a nuisance in this matchup. And I do expect, I could expect Muck to come, also another Mon to try to take advantage of Trick Room. Also, Muck's kind of just annoying in this matchup, especially if it's Poison Touch Muck, which is obviously going to be the Muck is going to bring, unless he's for some reason Cursed Gluttony, which I don't think makes a lot of sense against my team, especially when I have Zygarde. So, definitely some stuff to figure in that, but look at the 6 I do kind of expect him to bring. I do expect Melmetal. Melmetal's a really annoying Mon for my team to have to go against. Blastoise, as we saw in the first game that we took over the team, Blastoise, whether it was Scarf or not, which is super annoying versus us, so definitely Blastoise is definitely something I'm really worried, especially when it's Mega Blastoise, it's more defensive, so something to note there. Aerodactyl, as we saw, like Aerodactyl can be a bit of a problem versus us, even if it's Mega Form, so I definitely think Aerodactyl is definitely a big bring on his end as well. Runerigas, I definitely think comes. Runerigas is super annoying versus our team, especially if it gets a Trick Room off in that type of situation. Goodra, I think Spadef Goodra, and I do expect Sap Sipper Goodra, because if you really look at his team, Hangrove can kind of just sit in front of a lot of things on his team and just be able to click buttons like knock off, earthquake, sludge bomb, and stuff like that. So I could expect a Sap Sipper Gudra. If he's Gooey Gudra, which he should be, which would be the smarter play on his end, because most of my team is physical. But other than that, I do expect Gudra to come as a really noise mod. I do expect it to maybe be Habomberry, so that way it can take one hit from Zygarde and try to kill Zygarde back. So I do expect that. And then I do expect Necros to be a backup Trick Rumor. It also could potentially be a store power set, because it could just be Iron Defense, Moonlight, Fighting Move, and Store Power, which definitely could, because I could see Iron Defense versus my team 100%. I don't see just a mono Store Power team, because he does have to fear Obstagoon, because his only best answer to Obstagoon are 2 Mons. This team can get coverage, but if they're not faster, they can't do much. So, Necro, I do expect to have Store Power, but I do expect it to have maybe like Brick Break or a bugged special move potentially or something like that to be able to counter Obstagoon and then run a Store Power set. So, definitely something to note with that. But let's break down the team we are bringing for this week, and let's kick it off with the MVP from last week, Zygarde, aka Zukio here. We are bringing finally what I think a lot of people have been waiting for us to bring, and that is that banded Zygarde, dude. 1,000 Arrows, Iron Tail, Outrage, and Breaking Swipe. Now, you may be asking yourself, why do I have 2 Dragon moves in this type of a situation? Well, here's the thing I'm looking at, right? His team's very physically offensive, essentially. And I wanted a way to kind of chip down the offense and stuff like that. Plus, what's cool about having Breaking Swipe, it can actually help neutralize the aspect of Store Power from Necro, which is a really big thing to kind of keep in track of that kind of situation. So, but otherwise, I have it there just to warm the lower attacks if I'm going to sack Zygarde or something like that for speed. Otherwise, I just Outrage just can also. And what's also in Breaking Swipe, I can just waste that Habomberry on Gudra instead of having to waste my Outrage to where I'm locked in and die. 1,000 Arrows is just super spammable, except for Whimsicott, I believe, is the only thing that really doesn't take, can take the hit. Maybe like 1, but that's it. That's why you have Iron Tail really just for that, just to kill. But basically, Zygarde can just click buttons. We are faster than max speed Modest on Necrozma and Blastoise. If they're timid, they outspeed me. But I don't think they're going to run timid. I mean, Necro might run it, but if it's going to run Rock Polish, it would run something different instead. But ultimately, I really think Zygarde can put in a ton of work in this matchup. I mean, this if I don't see Whimsicott, this is my 100% lead, and I'm just going to click it. Oh, wait. You know what? I forgot about this. Let's do Extreme Speed. Extreme Speed. That's what I meant to kind of go with. Plus, with having Extreme Speed, I can actually see if Gudra is going to be Sap Sipper or the Sap Sipper, or it's going to be Gooey, which is also really good. Chainsaw hasn't been able to do too much. It came in clutch, well, 2 weeks back. Let's hope it can come again. We are running max speed, max attack, 4 in HP. Now, the reason we're running max speed is to speed tie with Helios. Now, if Helios does not show up, this thing is faster than pretty much everything. We could have ran Adamant, but we're being safe in case Helios does come in, because Helios could be a little bit of a problem. If we do see something like roughly max speed, and it comes in and gets off Road Spray, Roost after Hyper Voice and got a +1, to where it could potentially kill with Hyper Voice and or Surf, it could be a bit of a problem. So ultimately, though, Durant's going to be really good. We have dual bug stab and first person plus X scissor, superpower, which is really just there for the Melmetal, and then Iron Head, because Iron Head can put in a ton of work against this team. This isn't really the best switch into that besides Magmar. That's where Stomping Tantrum could have been really good, but I'm willing to take my chances with Hustle and then the chances up in Burn, just because superpower would basically one-shot unless you Violet. Now, Divine didn't get to show up at all last week, but this is another game that I think Divine can actually put in a lot of work. We are unfortunately able to run another max set this time, though, just because of the fact that we want to make sure we're faster than most things. Now, obviously, if Gudra is not, I mean, obviously, if Gudra is an AV, it's not as big of a problem. But if Gudra is AV, then Raichu struggles to break through it. So that's why we gotta hope we can break through, weaken it down, or get rid of it, and then Raichu can honestly just sweep, as long as Whimsicott's also not there. Because Raichu, after a nasty plot, literally can 1-hit KO, 2-hit KO, everything in the team, which is really, really good. And I think Raichu can actually put in a ton of work. And up next, we're bringing the MVP from 2 weeks back, getting those last 2 kills. I don't care what people say about Twin Kill from Electivire. that kill goes to Pidgeot my book. But Pidgeot puts in a ton of work this game. Flying Stab actually just really just nukes so much of his team. And whatever comes in on flying type moves, I literally can just spam Heat Wave for, which is really, really good. Like his main switches to Flying Stab is Melmetal, Heliolisk. Now, he's got to make sure he doesn't run Dry Skin. And the reason why I don't think he should run Dry Skin versus me, because his only best option to absorb Dry Skin with any potential water coverage, which I may or may not bring on Slowking, and for the action of potentially on my Omastar, which Omastar could have potentially been another mon that could have brought as like a modest Shell Smash Sweeper set, which actually could have put on a ton of work as well, but I didn't like them. Kind of didn't really like how the matchup favored Omastar in that type of scenario, so that's why I went a different route, as you can see. We're running Workup, Roost, Hurricane, and Heat Wave. With Workup, I can kind of just be able to click a freaking button for free. We are running the Timid Nature to make sure we are faster than Heliolisk, max special attack, and almost 100 HP so that we can get some HP embellishment, but 96 is fine as it is. So basically, Pidgeot here can just set up against a lot of things and then just click a button. Like, I think 1v1 against Goodra, this thing can relatively set up for free and just sit in front of Goodra. If Necrozma just wants to run Iron Defense, I can just run Workup, and then I can just go for Hurricanes afterwards, roost up the damage and stuff like that. Like, I honestly think Pidgeot can have potential setup options, and then just click buttons afterwards, which I think is really good. I'm not sure we're in Sunday, but we're finally bringing some belly drum action Sunday here with the Vicky Berry, 16 HP, max attack, adamant, 28 in defense, 168 in the speed. This is designed to outspeed Choice Scarf Sock, which is, I think, the only realistic Choice Scarf user I would see him bring. I don't think it would waste a Choice Scarf on Heliolisk when Heliolisk can actually be potentially pressured. I mean, yeah, normal spam is pretty good against my team, but again, I have things like the Cephalon, I have other means of getting around normal spam. So I don't really see it too much, but we are running enough speed outspeed on you. Even if it's faster than us, we get our berry, our belly drum pops off, and unless he's Choice Scarf, we kill. So that's the note there. We do have Wish as a reliable way to recover up on this or on anything on the team that I think I want to have to do that. In case our belly drum is right. But basically, Drain Punch the player up, I just neuter and destroy about everything on his team at +6, so the only way he doesn't die to this thing is if he's got Necrozma already set up, or if Blastoise is like max HP, max defense, I feel like. So Slurpuff honestly is a backup win con potentially, so that can do a lot. And we have a one that could actually probably win us the game if we play our cards right. We have a Celigor here, our Greninja, not Greninja, our Celigor here with Bug Buzz, Focus Plus, Energy Bolt, and Spikes, max HP, 4 defense, max special attack. I didn't bother with speed because at +1, speed, with Unburden, I literally outspeed everything in the format, so I didn't bother to run speed. Because once I pretty much click Bug Buzz, I'm pretty much locking myself into staying in and just trying to attack and break everything on his team, which honestly I can do. Spikes is actually really good in this matchup. He only has, I believe, one way to remove hazards. Let me actually look right here. Well, no, he's got two, but both are not really reliable ones to use that unless they want to waste a move slot, which could be a thing, but otherwise, Spikes, if you're looking at this matchup, Spike sacking really cripples about every single thing on this team except for the Aerodactyl. But Aerodactyl, Bug Buzz into Focus Plus, or maybe even Energy Ball potentially, does guarantee knock it out with the +1 special attack boost. So really looking forward to Ninjago putting hopefully in a lot of work this game. And I'm looking forward to seeing how it does. But that's going to be the team, guys. Do like, if you haven't already, subscribe if you are new. Join the Push Shocker crew today because you'll be filling with the king of the crew. And with that being said, I will see you guys next time. Peace out, everybody.